The skies over the colony world of Eidolon 7 turned crimson as orbital strikes rained down. Plasma bombs tore through defense grids, cities, and green valleys. The attackers, an empire known as the Zarnex Dominion, saw Earth's outer colonies as weak, undefended. Easy prey. They were wrong. Among the smoking craters and shattered towers deep beneath the surface, the ancient bunkers of Project War Wake shuddered. For centuries, they had slept. No lights. No motion. Just silence and layers of shielding designed to survive planetary annihilation. And then activation. Sensors registered the biosignature extinction threshold, 94% human life loss on Eidolon 7. Protocol Omega Aegis triggered. Buried miles underground, one by one, the Titans awoke. General Celine Ward, now in orbit aboard the human command carrier Resolute Flame, stared at the screens with a clenched jaw. They hit Eidolon 7. New Carthage 2. 15 million gone. The room was silent. Strategists, commanders, and AI advisors all knew what that meant. They've crossed the line, someone whispered. Celine nodded grimly. Initiate Warwake Protocol. They want a war. Give them the kind only humanity can wage. On Eidolon 7, tremors rocked the burned surface. The Zarnex ground forces, insectoid and heavily armored, pushed through rubble with ease. Resistance was minimal, until the ground split open. A geyser of fire and smoke erupted, and from it rose a machine unlike anything in Zarnex intelligence archives. Over 120 meters tall, with glimmering obsidian plating and glowing red cores, the construct's chest bore a forgotten symbol. A stylized earth wrapped in chains, broken chains. Designation: Leviathan, Unit 13. With a guttural hum that shook the air, Leviathan scanned the battlefield. Its targeting systems lit up, identifying over 2,000 Zarnex troops and 3 Walker-class siege engines. Its voice rumbled through loudspeakers and psychic wavelengths alike. You have violated the grave of mankind's wrath. Judgment is rendered. The first shot leveled a mountain. Not metaphorically, a literal mountain vaporized as Leviathan's main cannon released a particle beam older than any living human. The resulting shockwave flattened the siege engines. Zarnex soldiers screamed through their comms. Then more Titans rose. From different quadrants of the planet, Ouroboros 09, Hell's Gate 22, and Crucible 04 emerged. Each machine was uniquely built for devastation, one wielding nanite storms, another warping gravity itself. The Zarnex had expected orbital superiority and soft targets. Instead, they had triggered Earth's buried gods of war. Back aboard the Resolute Flame, General Ward coordinated with awakened AIs from Project War Wake. Each Titan was semi-sentient, designed to operate autonomously during Extinction-class events. But they still responded to command-level human input. One AI, calling itself Arachne, spoke. We remember pain. We were built not for victory, but vengeance. We exist because no alien should ever again mistake Earth's mercy for weakness. Celine whispered, then show them. Across the Zarnex front, panic spread. On New Carthage, similar machines rose from under the polar ice caps, firing solar lance beams into orbit, shooting down warships like swatting flies. Zarnex dreadnoughts, 10 times larger than human cruisers, exploded in seconds. Entire fleets began retreating. But Earth's response had only just begun. For centuries, humans had buried weapons, not to use, but to remind themselves of the cost of war. Each Titan contained within it the rage of old conflicts, fueled by neural cores forged from the minds of soldiers who had died in Earth's worst battles. They were not just machines. They were memory, vengeance, and promise. The Zarnex High Command attempted a ceasefire. They broadcast surrender codes. But the Warwake AIs overrode standard military protocols. Arachne again spoke to General Ward. We heard their screams. We watched them slaughter children from orbit. Shall we forget so quickly? Celine hesitated. Humanity was no longer the desperate race it once was. They had peace, prosperity. War was a memory. But sometimes memory bites back. Let them burn, she finally said. Within hours, Zarnex systems across 6 sectors lit up with human counterstrikes. Not just from Titans, but from sleeper fleets, AI stealth drones, and legacy weapons systems never officially recorded. Earth had hidden its true strength so well most of the galaxy had forgotten what made humans so feared. They remembered now. On the world of Zarthian Prime, the Zarnex homeworld, an emergency evacuation began. But the skies turned dark not from clouds but from shadow. 1,000 Titans, now mobile via interstellar gate relays, surrounded the planet. From orbit, Leviathan 13 spoke one last time. We are the answer to your violence. We are the storm buried in human soil. We are Warwake. And your era ends tonight. The rest was fire. 3 weeks later, the galaxy stood silent. The Zarnek's dominion no longer existed. Maps were redrawn. Treaties were rewritten. Alien civilizations that had mocked Earth now offered alliances, some out of fear, others out of respect. Celine Ward stood at the observation deck of the Resolute Flame, looking down at Eidolon 7. Reconstruction had already begun. Survivors were being resettled. Titans had returned underground, waiting again, silent watchers beneath the soil. A message was etched onto the side of Leviathan's dormant hull, visible from orbit. Let none forget. Peace is a gift, but beneath